Hello, welcome to the Gutter Rankings channel. Today is our second last day with the Mono Normal team. So please, sit back, relax, grab your berry juice, grab your Poke Puffs and enjoy. We're gonna go ahead and find our first battle of the day against a player named Carly. She's leading with Darkrai and Jirachi, and I'm gonna be leading with Spinda and Ursaring. Now I normally lead with Spinda and Kecleon, however I really want to get rid of this Darkrai before he starts using Dark Void. Of course, when I lead with Kecleon and Spinda, it's kind of a hit or miss. I'm really relying on that 50% confusion damage to save me, which doesn't always work. So I'm rather gonna go here for the damage approach to try and take him out. My opponent's Jirachi going for Diamond Storm. Spinda manages to avoid, but it connects with Ursaring with max HP and able to take that pretty well. Hammer Arm connecting with Darkrai, enough damage to take him out, also carrying of course here the Life Orb and going to take a bit of damage from that. My opponent will now be bringing in his next Pokemon, that's going to be Gardevoir with Trace. Now that puts me a little bit at ease because I know I can use Toxic without getting synchronized onto my Spinda. I'm gonna go ahead protect Ursaring here because I want to switch, but I don't want Kecleon to be taking any unnecessary damage. Diamond Storm connecting with Spinda here, taking away a little bit more than half of his HP. Gardevoir trying for Hypnosis, luckily was protecting Ursaring here. And Teeter Dance going to go ahead and confuse both of my opponent's Pokemon. Of course, Teeter Dance does not target really, so Magic Bounce really doesn't have any effect on it. Spinda recovering a little bit with the leftovers. I'm gonna go ahead, pull Ursaring back here and send out my Kecleon. I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable knowing that both my opponent's Pokemon are confused, however they can still of course attack, so I'm really relying here on RNG to save me a little bit, and luckily for me it does. Unfortunately for my opponent, both of these Pokemon attacks themselves, and I'm also able to get the Toxic onto Gardevoir. Spinda also recovering a little bit with the leftovers here. Now I want Spinda to get a little bit more HP back while I'm setting up the Trick Room, so I'm gonna go for a Protect on Spinda. Jirachi snapping out of confusion, going for a Moonblast there, luckily protecting Spinda here. Gardevoir RNG not in my opponent's favor as he hits himself, and I'm able to set up Trick Room safely. Now I need to pull back Spinda here. I really want to preserve its fake out in case I need it in the future, and I want to bring in something that can help me battle Jirachi. Now I've got Energy Ball on my Stantler, and Stantler is also holding the choice specs, so you should be able to do a decent amount of damage. Intimidate coming onto both of my opponent's Pokemon. Not really having that much of an effect because they're both special attackers. I'm gonna go here for the Foul Play, wanting the poison damage to knock out Gardevoir. Moonblast connecting with Kecleon is currently a dark type due to Foul Play and Protein doing a massive amount of damage. Jirachi also going for Moonblast, luckily onto Stantler and not Kecleon. However, Stantler also max HP is able to survive, and my opponent's Gardevoir is going to go down there to the poison. He's bringing in his last Pokemon, Garchomp. I'm feeling very comfortable at the moment knowing that I've got Ursaring at the back who knows Ice Punch. I'm gonna go ahead, recover Kecleon here, wanting him to be able to take any other attack that comes his way. Energy Ball connecting with Jirachi, doing a massive amount of... Whoa, actually knocking it out. Perhaps due to the boost there from the choice specs, also Jirachi not having that much defense and special defense when it Mega Evolves, as it switches its stat for offensive stats instead. Garchomp going for the Crunch here, taking out my Stantler easily. My Stantler is not as bulky as my other Pokemon. I'm able to bring in Ursaring here. Foul Play going to go ahead, break any possible Focus Sash that Garchomp might be holding. Ice Punch coming in from Ursaring to claim the victory. Jumping right into the next battle, we're gonna fight against a player named Eric. Eric will be leading with Umbreon and Bronzong. And I will be leading with Spinda and Kecleon. Now, looking at his side of the field, that does look like a Trick Room setup for me, so I'm not going to Trick Room on my side. Instead, I'm just going to go full out attack. Going to use Fake Out onto Umbra, don't really want him to use anything such as Toxic to my side of the field, and Foul Play onto Bronzong, doing a massive amount of damage. I didn't even know Bronzong's attack stat was that high. Bronzong setting up Self Rock here. Eric doesn't want Bronzong to take any more unnecessary damage, pulling him back for Dragonite. Umbreon going for the Toxic but missing, and Spinda also missing his Toxic. Foul Play going onto Dragonite there, not going to do so much damage. Wanting to really scout what his plan is, I'm gonna protect Kecleon here, and then I'm gonna go for a Toxic onto the Umbreon. I also don't want Kecleon to get Toxic onto him unnecessarily, because I'm gonna need him for Trick Room later. Spinda taking a massive amount of damage, and Umbreon does try to Toxic Kecleon. Luckily I was protecting, I'm able to Toxic him instead. Now that is the best way for me at the moment to deal with Umbreon, is to see it slowly die to Toxic. There's nothing that I currently have with me. I've got Lickilicky and I've got Dunsparce, and they really can't do that much to Umbreon. Umbreon taking a little bit of poison damage, and so does Spinda. Now I need to get Trick Room up, because Dragonite is of course outspeeding all of my Pokemon at this point. Dragonite going for Draco Meteor, connecting there with Kecleon, who is at least topped up on special defense and HP, so he's able to take that rather well. Heal Bell coming from Umbreon, which means I won't be able to rely on Toxic to get rid of the Umbreon, meaning that he is at the moment the biggest problem for me to face. I'm able to set up Trick Room. Spinda recovering a little bit with the leftovers. You honestly won't be able to survive for too long. Perhaps able to get one more move out of him. Gonna protect Kecleon here, going for the Teeter Dance, hoping that the confusion is going to work in my favor. That is going to be the last thing Spinda will be able to do before he goes out, of course, to the poison. Umbreon trying to attack, RNG on my side, he hurts himself. Dragonite also trying to attack here, breaking through, but unfortunately for him I was protecting Kecleon. Spinda recovering a little bit with the leftovers, but it doesn't really matter. He's not going to be able to survive through the toxic damage. I'm gonna bring in my Dunsparce here. Dunsparce has Serene Grace and Rock Slide, so I'm gonna hope that flinching is going to work in my favor here. I need Kecleon to be a little bit healthier, bringing his HP up. Of course, he is vital to my team, setting up Trick Room using moves such as Foul Play. Dragonite avoiding the Rock Slide, but it does connect with the Umbreon. I can only hope that it's going to make him flinch. Unfortunately, it does not. It gets toxic onto Dunsparce. Dragonite still confused, however he manages to pull through, use Blizzard. 30% chance of missing RNG not on my opponent's side. It's gonna go and miss both of my Pokemon. Kecleon gonna go for another Foul Play, now going to do much more damage onto Dragonite. Multiscale only lets Dragonite take less damage when his HP is full. Rock Slide connecting with both of my opponent's Pokemon, more than enough to take out Dragonite and doing a little bit of damage to Umbreon. Umbreon flinching, luckily for me, giving me one opportunity to try and get rid of it before it gets a Moonlight off. My opponent bringing out a lovely shiny Jirachi there, going for Foul Play onto Umbreon, knowing it's not going to do too much damage, but I need to do anything I can to try and knock Umbreon out, otherwise my opponent is definitely going to win this game. Rock Slide connecting with both his Pokemon, just enough damage to take out Umbreon. My opponent going for Moonblast onto Kecleon, who is at the moment the Dark type, super effective, does a massive amount of damage. Of course, Moonblast is Jirachi's event move, it cannot learn Moonblast any other way. He also has Serene Grace, gets special defense drop on Kecleon. I know that I'm gonna have to change Kecleon's type, otherwise it is going to go down to another Moonblast. Protecting Kecleon, changing its type back to normal. Rock Slide connecting with both of my opponent's Pokemon, getting a critical hit onto Bronzong, but still not doing too much damage. Luckily Kecleon also avoids the Flash Cannon there, otherwise I'm pretty sure he would have been out if Moonblast wasn't going to be enough. Moonblast going on to Kecleon here, he's able to survive much better, being now the normal type, no longer taking the super effective damage. Rock Slide connecting with both of my opponent's Pokemon, that's just enough to take Bronzong out. Now I'm able to get Trick Room up again so that I get first move. Dunsparce clinging to life with 2 HP. Gonna go ahead, recover Kecleon here. I don't want to lose him just yet. I do think Foul Play can really help me against Jirachi. Dunsparce gonna go for another Rock Slide here, hoping to get the flinch off. Unfortunately for me, does not get the flinch. Jirachi using Flash Cannon onto Kecleon and Dunsparce going down due to the poison. I'll now be bringing in my last Pokemon, Lickilicky. Gonna go for the recover here, wanting to keep Kecleon as healthy as possible, knowing that his special defense is in fact down. Going for a Para Punch onto Jirachi here, wanting to get the most out of my knockoff. Jirachi is gonna go for Wish. I really like the animation of Wish, I think it looks really cool. But Eric realizes there's not much more that he can really do and he's gonna go ahead and forfeit. That's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like, I would really appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, feel free to subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you can have an amazing day and that you're staying safe and healthy in these troubling times. I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye!